KREX5 Storm Team. This is your forecast first.
Good morning, Western Slope. Happy Tuesday to you. We're looking at some very clear skies to start your morning out. Really not tracking with very many clouds, except if you live in Gunnison or any of our Central Rocky communities, you're going to see a little bit of some clouds to start your morning off. And because, well, most of us are seeing some very clear skies, if you don't like 40-degree temperatures, now's a good time to grab a jacket because our current temperatures, well, they're pretty chilly right now. 50 into Grand Junction, 45 into Delta, 46 degrees into Montrose, and also our higher elevations, they're into the 30s, but look at that, 29 degrees right now into Gunnison. Ooh, we got a little bit of a cool start to the morning going, but we're going to warm up into those 80s and 70s, and we're actually going to get even warmer than that. I'll have the details on just how long those warm temperatures are going to stick around before we get to about average coming up.
Now, first on the Western Slope, you're watching KREX5 News this morning.
Good morning, and thanks for starting your day with all of us here at KREX5 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Lee. Here's what you need to know to start your day. The search for a wanted suspect ends in a sad and unexpected fashion yesterday afternoon. Officers with the Grand Junction Police Department were in the wooded area behind Glacier Ice Arena attempting to contact an adult male who has several warrants out for his arrest. Officials say during the search, a dog ran toward officers, barking and displaying aggressive behavior, and eventually charged at one of the officers. That officer fired one shot, striking and killing the animal. The police department is now working with animal control in an effort to identify the dog, which was not wearing any tags, and locate its owner. The dog is described as a black and white adult male pit bull or pit bull mix, and anyone who believes this could be their dog is asked to contact Mesa County Animal Control. One program at a Mesa County hospital that aims to prevent opioid addiction is seeing some promising results. Colorado Canyons Hospital is part of the Colorado Alto Project, which is a statewide network of hospitals with policies in place to reduce opioid use in their emergency rooms. Alto stands for Alternative to Opioids, and medical personnel at Colorado Canyons say some opioid alternatives to treat pain include nitrous oxide, ketamine, anti-inflammatory medication, or even the simplest treatments like icing and stabilizing the injury. In August alone, the hospital offered 60% of emergency room patients opiate alternatives for their pain.
Two of the common conditions are migraine and low back pain. We've seen the largest amount of alternatives being given for those conditions. But most surprisingly, one of the conditions is an acute fracture, and we've seen significant amounts of alternatives given for fracture as well.
Hospitals participating in the Alto program across the state have seen a 34% reduction in emergency room opioid prescriptions. A major groundbreaking for the River Park at Las Colonias is set to take place today. The $1.3 million park project will improve stream hydrology and aquatic habitat, which essentially just means more flow of open water will be added to the park. Some of the project installations include a new channel, an extension of the existing channel, and in-stream habitat structures and boulders. Over $600,000 in grants were secured for this project, which fits into the larger revitalization of Grand Junction's riverfront properties. And some students at Fruita Monument High School were treated to a special demonstration by the Bomb Squad Monday morning. KREX5's Adrian Thomas has more.
Fruita Monument High School's robotics class had quite the treat roll into the door during first period. The Grand Junction Bomb Squad visited the class to talk about some of their robots. Officers talked about how the robots are used to keep communities around western Colorado safe and how robotics has revolutionized law enforcement and other careers.
It was a great opportunity for us to engage in the community, let them see what some of the bigger, fancier, more costly robots look like, what their capabilities are, and maybe hopefully give them a perspective, maybe future job.
The class's teacher is especially appreciative of this demonstration and how seeing high-tech robots like this could factor into students' projects.
These kids are really imaginative, and they will come up with the robotics that, even though they have specified pieces and designs they're making, they'll also invent their own as they're going along.
The Grand Junction Bomb Squad is made up of 3 police officers and 3 firefighters and serves 14 counties, including Mesa County. For the students, it was a chance to see robots way beyond what they work with in the classroom.
I guess the thing that I found really cool was like the different accessories and like the different types of robots and how big they can get. Some robots, like the bomb squad was saying, could lift cars.
For Officer Schumann, teaching the community about robotics is important because of how fast the industry is growing.
It's not going away, it's only becoming more and more prevalent, and hopefully this will inspire these guys to take this class serious and learn as much as they can.
First on the Western Slope, Adrian Thomas, KREX5 News.
Wow, those are some really cool robots. You never know what you can build with technology. And speaking of one of the things you can do with technology, also my job a little bit. I have to use it a lot, and we're looking at some very calm conditions, and that's going to lead to some warmer temperatures. I'll have the details on all of that coming up.